Can you really fall in love with more than one person at a time? This is Reid from ReidAboutSex.com.
Cathy from the IntimacyDojo.com.
And we talk about poly a lot, but we had someone write in really sweet, beautiful question about, you were talking about your slut protocols and how not to fall in love.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, is it possible to fall in love with more than one person?
I don't know. I would ask, moms about their twins. I mean, obviously they had to pick one.
I think that our society teaches people that romantic love is just like, it's a one.
There's only one can survive. There must only be one.
I do think that our society implies over and over again that you have one soulmate, and if you find another, that means that you like.
Means you must not have been soulmates with the
first one, or something's broken or wrong. Mm-hmm. I think that romantic love is not that much different from other kinds of love. I mean, there's genitals involved often with romantic love,
mm-hmm.
but you can love as many people as your heart wants to love.
You can binge on as many Netflix shows as you'd like. And yes, it is hard to watch 2 Netflix shows at the same time, but sometimes it's worth the effort.
It is more work to love multiple people. Scheduling becomes...
Some people are gluttons for punishment.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, always question cultural advice, like what your culture is telling you. Just be a little bit skeptical. Only because... how old is that advice?
Mm-hmm.
Some of that advice is really great because it is timely, because it has to do with human beings. And human beings, there are certain things that we tend to do. Your children at some point when they're teenagers will never listen to you, and they will go through a phase of hating you. That's pretty normal.
Yes.
And then there's things like that have more to do with self-expression and, what makes us happy. And we're kind of moving in some parts of the world from survival mode, even though there's still struggles out there. But in some cultures in some parts of the world, it's about thriving and self-expression. Yeah. So what makes you happiest? And if being with multiple people makes you happiest, then go for that. And, I think you can fall in love with multiple people at the same time.
Well, one of the reasons I'm so passionate about what you teach and what I teach and so many educators teach is I think so many of us didn't know how to form love or make conscious choices about who we connected with. So if we stumbled along through life not knowing how to flirt, knowing how to have clear, authentic communication, if we found one person we resonated enough to get past our blocks and fears and connect with, that must be the one. That person must be it. And we just clung to that. And admittedly, from 200 years ago, we might have 3 people to choose from in our little community that were
town or village.
Yeah, that were available for mating with.
Mm-hmm.
And you had to be economically, you had to live with them for the rest of your life and support each other. We don't live in that world anymore. I get to live, I get to have my own house, I don't need to have a romantic partner or a marriage to have a really good life. And so I think when we're smarter and more conscious about who we fall in love with, and I love that with your slut protocols, people can actually choose how to attach and connect with people.
So the casual sex protocols, or what I like to call the slut protocols, are some ideas on how to avoid falling in love unconsciously or unintentionally. And so if you want to get the handout, it's at readaboutsex.com. REID about sex.com /protocol.
And it doesn't just...
Or protocols. I think it's protocols.
We'll leave the link below. But the really cool thing is what Reid's talking about, in that it does apply for people that are sleeping together, but the same exact approach can be taken if you're dating. Like, you don't have to spend every waking minute with someone and bonding with someone
to ensure that you fall in love.
Right. And you can actually go, is this someone I want to fall in love with? Mm-hmm. Is this someone I want to connect with? And take it a little slower and make conscious choices rather than, wow, I have chemistry with this person. That must mean that we're destined to be together, and I should dive in as fast as I can and try to grab that while it's there.
This is all, your mileage may vary. These are just ideas. I'm not saying, certainly, maybe Cathy is, that this is the way to approach life. But I think it's great food for thought, and to challenge the assumptions that you might never have challenged before. And I know people out there who maybe they can fall in love with multiple people, but they're really happy just being in love with one person, and that's fine.
Yeah, absolutely
for them.
fine, yeah.
So this is also not about making things wrong. As with all of my advice, please just, consider it. If it's useful for you, take it. If it's not useful for you, chuck it and just keep going and find the tools that work for you so you can build the world that you want.
Yeah. And if you find that you want to fall in love with more than one person, there's nothing wrong with that.
And I also promote being transparent and having the difficult conversations. And for some people in their relationship agreements, falling in love with another person would be problematic for the relationship that they've set up. So if you're looking for more tools on how to navigate difficult conversations, things like that, then the difficult conversation formulas may be useful, and you can go to readaboutsex.com/convo and get a free worksheet for that.
Yeah, we hope this helped.
Bye. Leave a comment.
Thanks for tuning in, Sex Geek. If you would like to continue with the brain sex, do me a favor and click subscribe right here. If you'd like to watch me on social media, that's where you're going to go. Next video, maybe? And if you really would like your own Sex Geek t-shirt, please click right here, right now. Boop. No, really, like...